Absolutely. This one's gonna hurt a little bit, y'all. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is a Pay for Listeners podcast. Let me do a quick roll call. Smash the like button, family. The beautiful love is the word. Brother Woke, DS, Daniel Mitchell, Nitty G, Tay Tay, future ex-wife salute. Mahari Nation Sports Podcast, The Quiet Storm. Welcome. Bert, my brother, what up? Mona D in the building, salute. Frank from the land. Mark Wunderlich, salute. Smoke and talk. Salute to y'all, man. Much love and appreciation to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Go subscribe to Smoke and Talk. Salute, salute, man. I appreciate y'all. Night Train in the building. My brother Cop Killer, salute. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Philip D, salute. Melanin A1, salute. Salute. Shogun, where you been? Salute to you. This picture's frightening. Isaiah Felix, salute, man. Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, this picture's frightening. I got help this evening for a little while. Mona D in the building. How are you? Can you hear me? There she is. I can't hear you. Oh my God.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, good.
How you doing, sis?
I am doing well. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. My brother LaRon. Let me know if you want a link. Nicholas Levy, Black Vision, salute, y'all. Listen, I know you ain't got long and I ain't gonna hold you. Look, man, Tim TV, salute, man. Look, first, let everyone know how they can find you.
So you guys can find me literally where my name is in my little picture here. I'm at Mona D. It might be like at _ Mona D, but if you type it, it'll pop up now.
Excellent. Sending a link to my brother LaRon.
Yes, we've been hanging out all week.
I sent a good brother. Derek Gaines, salute, man. Let me make sure my people is tuned up. Okay. Make sure everyone's all on point over here. All right. There goes Shogun. Okay. See, a lot of my brothers and sisters from here from my boxing channel. So I gotta take care of everybody. All right, now listen. This topic is a little frightening. Theo Coop, salute. This topic is a little frightening.
Melanin.
And I can't say that I didn't see this coming. And a lot of people think that it's just about money, and it is. And they're trying to bankrupt the United States. I need people to understand, and you got to be a person of a certain age to understand. I'm a firm believer in order to understand how you got here, you got to understand where you came from. I'm a firm believer in that. And Art Hostage moaning. Yep. There goes my brother from across the pond right there. There's a lot of dirt that this country has done. All right. But I'm gonna keep it simple. I like keeping things very simple. There's a lot of dirt that we've done to ourselves that we put ourselves in a losing position in the world. And all they did was capitalize on all of our mistakes. Life is like boxing. And for those of the people that follow my boxing channel, y'all know what I'm James doing. Salute. Y'all know where I'm about to go. All right. Timing negates speed. If I already know where you're going to be, all I got to do is stick my hand out and you're going to run into the punch. What has been implemented against the United States, these wounds that we have right now, was self-inflicted. David Scott III, salute. It's self-inflicted. And the people that we put in charge absolutely fumbled the rock, man. Rod Neal, salute. Completely fumbled the ball. And right now, what's happening, I'm telling you, and I'm talking to black people too. We absolutely, Jason Williams, salute. We absolutely have to prepare, because this has been a plan that's been implemented. It kind of predates us. For those people that are a little young. LeRon, what's good brother?
What's going on, man? I'm sorry I'm late. I had to get my light changed. You know, I always gotta come on the red light when I'm on with Drew. Mona, how you doing? It's good to finally meet you instead of chasing you around.
Likewise, LeRon. Good to meet you too.
Okay,
John Pound, salute. Man, listen. What I was saying is, this is a plan that's been implemented for decades. I mean, really think about it. And right now, we're in the championship rounds. I'm still using boxing terminology. And it's not a 12-round fight. It's a 15-round fight. And we're in the championship rounds where we started out good. Now we're tired. We're cut. And our opponent got his second wind. And he's taking the momentum. And the crowd done turned on us. That's where we're at right now. And it's frightening. We have to prepare. Jeff Park, salute. Jeff Spark, we salute, man. We absolutely have to prepare. How we do it? We got to discuss ideas. But what I wanted to talk about was, how did we get here? For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, dumping the dollar. Will a new BRICS currency replace the U.S. currency for trade? Before I get into this, LeRon, how much debt are we into China?
A lot. Like, I'm not sure what it's a lot, like a crazy amount, because everything's come from China. I mean, everything.
Okay, better question. Is there a plan to get out of debt and to pay them back so they can get off our ass?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Mansa Musa, salute. Okay. So if you can't pay it back, and when you listen, you know what the United States is with China? We're the old motherfuckers that gotta go into a reverse mortgage.
Yeah.
Which means we're gonna be paying it back until we die. Okay? Big things are about to happen. So this article I was just reading, this is disgusting. The BRICS collective comprising, sorry, it's late, y'all. Comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa is working on a common currency in an attempt to ditch the US dollar and push back against America's dominance. Right off the back, this is a problem. Push back against American dominance. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no friends. Push back? I didn't know we was pushing on people. I thought everybody was our friends. Psych. Push back? What the fuck are we doing in the first fucking place? What's going on here? Push back? The move comes as Moscow and Beijing called for the de-dollarization in the face of Western sanctions. And you see the $100 bill burning right there. The US dollar has been the official currency for the international trade for years now. However, in recent times, there has been talk of creating a new currency in an attempt to dump the dollar and push back against American. Heck, you know, that worries me. Push back. Push back. What the hell? What have we been doing? Because I swear to God, I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. I go to work every day. The hell? This de-dollarization has received a boost in recent times, especially after the Russia-Ukraine war began last February. Now, let me stop right there for a moment. Reef, what up? Let me ask y'all a question. The Ukraine war happened, and we immediately got involved. All right. I'm not even going to talk about how there's Nazis over there and everything else, but we got involved because the Ukraine. I mean, Vitaly Klitschko jumped in it, and Vasily Lomachenko went over there and started dodging bullets because he's the Matrix, and Alexander Usyk ran his ass over there, and everyone's fighting. We're feeling sorry for the Ukrainians, and they're coming over here and they're getting wick and all this other weird shit. Okay, fine. Can I ask y'all a question? We have money for this war, but why the fuck the pipes in Flint, Michigan still busted up?
What?
Where are our priorities? What? All right, Jay, what up? Nostradamus Ellaby, what up? Before I go any further, Mona, do you have anything to add to that? Before I go any further?
I mean, I share the same sentiment. You know, we can always find money to support other interests, other ventures, everyone else, but we can't take care of our own. And I'm in Michigan, and so to know that those children, those families, and in other places across this country are, you know, living like third world places, it's quite disgusting.
LaRon, your thoughts?
Not to mention, it's very common for like third world country conditions in this country. Because if you go to Illinois, if you go to Michigan, you go anywhere in Middle America, you go to, you know, South Dakota, it's very common to see these conditions. But they got all these billions to give to Ukraine. And I'm not trying to say too much about Ukraine on your channel because what happened to my last channel, not trying to speak about it too much, but you already see what the play is. And this has been going on for a while. So I don't know if you remember Muammar Gaddafi.
Oh shoot! Yep, go ahead.
And he was trying to do the same thing. And he got
what they do to him?
He got assassinated.
Yeah,
he got assassinated under the Obama administration for trying to do the same thing. And now they all coming together. They doing like Voltron, and Russia's the head or China's the head. And
you said who? You said who? Voltron?
Like Voltron.
Activate interlock. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go! Go!
What? Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in championship rounds. All the trap music and rap music and Escalades and all this other weird shit. Listen. When the bottom falls out, the laws are going to change. You might think you're living in the state, and they might take the country and divide it into three. I'm no longer in New York. I'm part of East America, Middle America, and West America, for all we know. And these Chinese restaurants that y'all buying food from, they're going to be the majority real soon. You might have to pack your shit and really move to the motherland. Because all of this was a plan, and it's been implemented. It's been implemented for decades. How are we ever going to pay China back? You don't. Do y'all even know what a reverse mortgage is? I'm gonna give you the short version. Reverse mortgage is, okay, you're old, you're never going to pay it off. You live there, and they can't kick you out, right? But when you die, it just goes to the state. You're just not getting put out in the street. That's how a lot of old people die here.
Yeah.
Get into a reverse mortgage so you don't get put out in the street. Another reason why, y'all remember the show I did? Black men and black women, we just need to make a deal, bury the hatchet, wherever it is.
Yeah.
We need to partner up because we can't do it by ourselves. We really can't. We really can't. You need to partner up. Look, whether you're sleeping with her or not, all right? Ladies, whether you're sleeping with him or not, y'all need to partner up. This isn't like the 70s where, okay, I make this money and I could survive on my own. Negative. We got problems here. And this news right here, this is some scary shit. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm letting you know the reality behind this. If this goes through, because they got Muammar Gaddafi, they're not going to get Putin. I promise you.
No.
Let me put up this picture. Listen, they're not getting all of these guys.
They're not getting none of them.
They're not getting any of them. They're not playing, y'all. They're not playing. F around. We're dead ass gonna have to go to Africa and Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda. It's not the Congo, y'all. They have cities. They have running water and the internet. It's not what you think. We might be better off there because the bottom is finna fall out this motherfucker.
Fast.
This is not good. This is not good. All right. I want to talk about how did we get here though? And what part did we play in this? Go ahead.
Oh, I'll be right back. I got a call coming.
Yeah. What happened to America's morals and ethics? Because this is relevant. What happened to our morals and ethics? What the hell? Again, in order to understand how we got here, we have to understand where we came from. Okay. Morals and ethics. I don't have to define what morals are, right? I don't have to do that. I don't have to define what ethics are. We're adults. We know what that is. If you work a job, I work a job. There's a code of ethics. All right. You live by morals. There's things that I do. There's things that I live by. There's things that I don't do because they don't define me as a man, and I don't do certain things. All right. First problem we had was the absolute collapse of the American household. Whether you're talking about black people, brown people, yellow people, all right, the collapse of the American household was where all of this nonsense started. Where do I begin? Well, let's just go here. I'm not gonna pull no punches, y'all. I looked. Something came across my feed on Instagram, and they were talking about how the military is falling apart. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? The military, people enlisting is down. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? And then it dawned on me. I said, yo, you know what? There's a bunch of sensitive soy boys running around out here. I'm serious. Yo, these kids, no. In the military, no. You can't tell me to get up 5 a.m. looking ass. Yes, you can. What do you think this is? It's the military. What? Screaming and hollering. And then the men that have it together, I ain't even gonna hold you. I wasn't a military, I was paramilitary, but I was never a military kind of guy. I said, man, you know what I said? I said, to be my luck, when I even think about going to the military, a fucking war break out, and I'll be damned. You know what happened? My friends and I, we thought about going to the military. They went and enlisted. I didn't go. 2 of my buddies. They went. I didn't go. I got cold feet. And you know what happened a year later? Desert Storm. Bush number 1. 2 of my buddies went. 1 came home. He got his thumb blown off. My other boy didn't make it. And I'm like, oh shit. You see? I really was gonna go that day. But I caught a case of diarrhea. And I just never went. I said, it wasn't meant for me to go. Bush number 1, y'all. Yeah. But another thing, Big Texas, and if I miss you in the chat, just know that I love you. Another thing that I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Do y'all really know what feminism means? Do y'all really understand what it's supposed to do? Do y'all really understand? Feminism, and I like to keep it simple here. Feminism was simply for equal rights for women. That's it. That's all it was supposed to be. And I'm with that. Equal pay for the same jobs. You know, I'm with that. You know, I work for transit. There's a bunch of women that do the same job as me. Why can't they make the same money? It's not fair. So they make the same money. I'm with that. Then you got the extremists. Not only do they want to make the same money, they want to make more money, and they want to kill you. They want to abort your seed and all kinds of weird stuff. That's what you call bad feminism. On top of being pro-women, you hate men. It's penis envy. That's a problem.
I call it neo-feminism. That's like a newer version. I call it neo-feminism.
Yeah, that's the extreme version of feminism.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that has affected our military, because now you have women, the extreme feminism are the women that say, yo, look, I want to have a child, but I don't need no man around. Hence, you got soy boys. They're not growing up gay. They like women, but they don't know how to problem solve without being emotional like their mothers. That's a real thing, y'all. And all of that has been bubbling in our country for years. So the collapse of the household, the feminization of men, Me Too, and all this other stuff, we started fighting one another. And you know what happened with fighting one another? The competition walked through the front door, not the back door, walked through the front door and just started doing their thing.
Yep.
While we're fighting, everybody else got to work. And when you look around, you're like, oh shit, what happened? Yeah, they done robbed you blind. They done robbed you blind. Do you remember, you saw Boogie Nights? Y'all saw Boogie Nights? With Mark Wahlberg?
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
Okay. Do you remember the scene where Don Cheadle was sitting in the restaurant near the end and he couldn't get a loan and he was all messed up and bummed out?
Mm-hmm.
And he ordered some food and the guy came in there to rob the place? And he shot the customer, then he shot the guy behind the counter. There was a dude that was armed. He pulled out his gun and shot the robber, and the robber shot him. And he was sitting there with blood on his face. And he looked down and there was money in the bag. There was no cameras. And he just looked down like this. He didn't do anything. But he took that bread. That's us. We was sitting around busting shots. And our competition came and saw all that bread. Now we got to take out loans and shit. And I'm going to tell you something else. Our ethics and morals are in the toilet. Nobody's going to want to deal with us when they could cut on TV and look on the internet and they say, okay, what's going on with America? Big, strong America, USA. Holy shit, is that a man with a wig teaching children?
Yeah.
Man, we ain't fucking with them. We don't want to even do business with them. I will create my own money before I deal with that shit. This is all relevant, y'all. Before I go any further, what you got to add to that, Lamar?
For the double-edged sword of, like, you know, the brick system coming up, we can also talk about how TikTok is an application that push out all these narratives that you just described. And TikTok is coming from China. So it's like you said, you came through the front door, you came with an app that people are jumping on and becoming a part of the narrative and becoming part of the problem. And that problem is becoming amplified. It wants to become amplified. Voila, China did that to us. They did that to us. You can't have Facebook or Instagram in China, but you can have TikTok in the United States. And they finally start trying to push against it But now people are upset about it because the simple fact that people are making money off of it. But what is the good of the money you make? It ain't gonna be worth nothing because the people in China are gonna say they don't want your money. It's like a double-edged sword.
And when we get on here and trying to educate people about that, what do they do to us? They shadow ban us.
Oh yeah, shadow ban.
Flag us.
You hear something crazy? I just got demonetized again on Instagram because I won't pay for a badge.
What?
Wow.
You know they got the new thing out where you got to pay for the Instagram badge, $15 a month. Instagram now is more than Netflix, and they want me to pay for a badge, and now my page is not monetized anymore.
So wait a minute. They want to charge you $15 a month.
Yes. So I have a blue check mark next to my name.
Okay.
And since I haven't done that, my page lost its monetization.
So now you can't get a check because you
I
won't
don't pay for
pay
a check.
them.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing here. That is smucked up, man.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just on YouTube now. I'm not like, come on, that's crazy. I built up a following over there, and now I won't pay for your verification, and I lose my monetization. I won't give you $15 a month. I'd rather pay Netflix. I'd rather pay Hulu. You know what I'm saying?
In the name of dysfunction. Listen, we're so free over here. Have y'all really looked at? Yo, listen, I've been on, like, a lot of my friends got TikTok. I've looked at their phones and I said, can I just browse through what's going on? The amount of foolishness on TikTok, the amount of brothers spurting out dumb stuff, the amount of sisters spurting out dumb stuff, and you can sound like an articulate idiot. You'll get a dude with a suit and tie saying, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bobby Bobot Brain, and I am a turtle. I've been a turtle for 8 years. And you're like, wait a minute, what? And he'll be dead serious. A turtle? You're in a three-piece suit, nigga. What is wrong with you? China said, nope, we ain't doing that. You see, they keep their weirdos under wraps. We have let them out. Because everybody has a voice. Listen, man, I firmly believe that some people need a shut the F up card. You know, like a yellow card in soccer? People need a shut the F up card. I don't care. And you know what? They might say, hey, man, you have freedom to do whatever you want and say what you want. This is America. Bullshit. They shadow ban everybody and everything over here. Don't get me started on YouTube. Don't get me started. They shoot bullets through streams so the internet connection be messed up. I've seen it.
Happened to Kofa last night.
Happened to Kofa. It happens to Stormy. It happens to Champside. It just happened to him yesterday. And it's like everyone got great connections. My modem and everything is right here. People be like, yo, you go live? I didn't even know you went live, man. I ain't get no
Notification.
No notifications.
Yeah.
And these are things that we can prove. We can prove it.
And those places are just going to continue to get, as long as it's still here, right? We know that things of substance, things of morals, things of ethics, even when I post, and I've just started posting on TikTok, oh my goodness, you know, the amount of scrolling is just to another level, because you need to come on there with your eyes closed, spewing stupidity. You need to go along to get along. Anything that is outside of that, you're going to get shadow banned. You're going to get the trolls. You're going to get reported. You're going to get demonetized, and they want to keep you there. And this is why everything else around us, we're not competitive.
Yeah,
we're going to continue to be
not.
And I want to take it a step further too about like the TikTok stuff and that. You ever heard of bot farms?
No.
So a bot farm is this. All right, just for example, like say Mona D have an account, right? And you make 20 more accounts. So everything you post, you make 20 more comments under your post. So it seems like everybody's agreeing with you. But in reality, people are not agreeing with you in real life. So you go out and have a conversation, people not saying what you're saying, but your 20 accounts is agreeing with that. Then after that, you might find somebody else with a bot farm that have another 20 accounts, and they got 40 accounts all agreeing with the same thing. So that's why you get a lot of these crazy ideologies being pushed out on social media, and people are agreeing with these things because people are making fake accounts just to leave comments under there, just so the accounts can look like the people are really thinking like that. In actuality, those 40 comments are 3 people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they starting to change the game up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me say this, because this is all relevant, y'all. Knowing all of this, the world is taking advantage of our disarray.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you the definition of disarray: a state of disorganization or untidiness. Okay, we are very messy as a country, and I'm gonna get deeper. As a Black community, we're very messy.
Oh God,
we are a complete mess. We are a complete mess. Look, I had Femi on here, y'all. By now, everyone has seen that. Everyone has seen that. It's kind of gotten viral somewhat, I guess. I'm gonna have her back because I still got questions. She was a great guest. I ain't even gonna hold you. She was a great guest because she pretty much proved my point. There's a bit of dysfunction here, but I'm not trying to talk bad about it. I'm just telling y'all, because y'all by now y'all have seen it. Feminism, bad feminism, and the alphabet community. They're enabled by the Democratic Party, who's in charge right now. These other countries, they have stuck to their core beliefs, their core values. And now what's happening is they're looking at that and saying, no, we don't want to deal with them. They're going to freeze us out. Like, again, to my brothers and sisters that follow my boxer channel, y'all know what freezing someone out is. Mona, you might not know what that is. Let me explain it. You'll have a fighter who has a hardcore fan base, right? And that fighter has about 4 guys that he can fight in the spread out of maybe over 2 to 3 years. I can fight this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. And all these guys are like, yo, I'm just waiting my turn because fighting you, I know that's about 5 million in my pocket. I'll wait. But there's one guy who's highly ranked, but nobody wants no smoke with him because there's a huge chance that he'll kick all their ass. But he don't have a big fan base. He has a core fan base that fucks with him, maybe from his town. He's from a small town, USA, or from another country. But this guy's the goods. But because this other guy has this huge following, and everyone thinks he's the next big thing, and media has accepted him as a darling, no matter, everything he says is gold. And the small YouTubers like myself will say, yo, no, this guy right here, yo, he could compete. But no, this guy's the next Muhammad Ali, the next Larry Holmes, the next Mike Tyson, the next Lennox Lewis. We don't want to hear shit you got to say. This guy can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And it's fraudulent. Everyone in the chat know who I'm talking about too. He's fraudulent. And what he's going to do though, he's going to freeze out the guy that's the real threat. Freeze him out. And the only way that the dark horse gets a shot is if the guy trying to freeze him out stumbles along the way. That's what America has done. We stumbled. We never paid attention. And we was trying to freeze out the world. And what they've done, what they're about to do with this new currency, it's about to be a freaking problem. We can't combat this, especially when we're in debt to China. Why do you think boxers go broke? You're like, how could this guy not have any money? He was fighting for millions of dollars. Well, your favorite musician, your favorite rapper,
Athlete.
Athlete, right? They were like, nah, he owed Sony money. He was taking advances. He didn't do shit with his money. As soon as he got it, he was getting advances. As soon as he got it, he shit it away. His last album ain't do anything. And he left the industry with what he came in with, $5 fucking. This is America right now. How do we rebound from this? We don't. We're gonna have to play ball. Whatever currency they choose to run with, guess what? We're gonna get out of bed one day and turn on C-SPAN or MSNBC or Fox. Say, guess what? That stack of $100 bills you had hidden in your safe in your basement means nothing now.
Yeah.
We're using the Euro India China coin. That pension that you got, you thought you was getting $5,000 a month for the rest of your life. We're gonna have to renegotiate that now.
I'm gonna give you what I think is going on real quick. I think that the U.S. is probably working with other countries to develop their own currency, right? And I think that because I don't know if you realize what happened earlier today. The owner of Cash App got deleted.
He got killed.
Be careful of your channel. So they're like, all right, you know that this person didn't want to play ball with whatever the United States is doing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do things my way. But since you're not playing ball, we're gonna get rid of you. We're gonna JFK you. We're gonna Martin Luther King you. Since you're not playing ball. So since you're not playing ball, that's what they're doing. I think they'll try to have their own currency, probably with Ukraine, probably with Europe somehow, or probably like with Canada, like all the weird countries. I think all the weird countries are gonna come together and try to have their own currency, but I don't think it's gonna work out, in my opinion.
And did you know too that the irony to that too is he got deleted, but then what was that, a few weeks ago they announced that in July of this year they're rolling out that, what is that Fed app or whatever that is supposed to rival like your Zelle, your Cash App and all of that. They're going to have a slightly higher interest rate, right? First of all, I ain't getting nothing with the word Fed in it. Let's be clear about that. But you may not have a choice. So it's supposed to be like a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal. Look it up. And it's supposed to be a way for you to get money from your bank account faster than like an ACH deposit. So it's basically the same thing as a Venmo, a Cash App. And I think they're going to try to replace your Cash Apps, your Venmo, monopolize on that. And you won't have any other choice. So they couldn't get you with what they were trying to do during the panorama with, trying to make you report your earnings or whatever. But we're going to get you another way where we're going to monopolize. You may not have any other options, or if there are one or two additional options, they're going to have to report what you get anyway. So you're going to be tied into them anyway. They want to know everything. You're going to pay twice.
Yep. And the crazy part about it now, say that we do have this federal type of system. Say somebody who's not like myself, not vaccinated. They're like, oh, you're not vaccinated? Where your card at? I don't have it. Yep. Turn off your money.
Yeah.
Just like that now. That's what it's about to be. China's getting like that's how it's going to be now.
Now let's talk to black people for a moment. In America, is the world doing a bad thing? Okay, is the world doing a bad thing? I'm not doing this to scare you, but I'm just asking the question: is the world doing a bad thing? No, they're not. They're not. What does this mean to you? What does this mean to us as black people? And think about what we have to deal with here. We still have sundown towns in America. Of course, we deal with racism, police brutality. There's a war on black men. It's beyond ridiculous. The alphabet community, feminism, police. And again, Flint, Michigan. I mean, you turn on the goddamn faucet, fire blow out that motherfucker. So I'm just asking y'all, what does this really mean to us? Where this might be scary, this might be an opportunity for us. We do a lot of complaining, and we've been conditioned. You see, we've been, we fought for the right to vote, and then once we win that, who we voting for? Who are we voting for? All right. What are our options? Okay. We got the Democrats in there now. Okay. We're going on year number 4. What have you done for me lately? I've seen nothing. All right. They're about to lock Trump up, allegedly. But listen, y'all. If you was a business owner under Trump, you loved him. If you was voting for your best interest. Now listen, I am not a Trump fan. I have hated that man since the Central Park 5. I live in New York. Y'all know that. I had relatives that lived on that block that knew, they didn't know the guys involved, but they used to see him a lot. I could have been in a park that night. They just went up there and rounded up some niggas. And it took them over 2 decades to look at DNA and say, oh yeah, that wasn't them. I've hated Trump since then. But if you was a business owner, he was your best friend, man. That MAGA hat didn't look so bad, did it? So now the Dems got in there and everybody wants a handout. So I'm asking black folk, what did the Dems give you? It's a real question, y'all. I'm just asking. If they did right by you, let me know. I'm not the most politically educated. I like to keep things simple, y'all. I like to keep things simple. I'm just asking. Since Biden took office and Kamala Harris took office, what have they done for us? I know the brother Ice Cube tried to get something done. And his own sisters, they took a shit on him. It was awful. What are you doing for black women? Well, this is a plan for black people. Black women aren't included in black people. They just fought with the motherfucker. It was bad. And it was embarrassing to watch on a grand scale because the world saw that. People saying, look, oh man, these black women aren't getting away. They aren't getting along with this black man who stood there calm the whole time. I'm telling you that men in other countries don't go through that. They don't. Because the women that think on those terms, they don't last long. So I'm asking you, is there an opportunity for black people amidst all of this chaos? Because this is chaotic. This is very chaotic. Should we care?
We should
Do
care.
we have options? Should we care? LeBron, should we care?
We should care because at the end of the day, we still American. So whatever happens with them is going to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? So we should care and we should be concerned because I don't think there's not no more jobs that you can work a 30-year and retire from no more. I think everything is about to get replaced. You know what I mean? Like Chat GPT is doing things. You got all these robots coming out everywhere. Drew, you live in New York. You know, back in the days, you go through the tolls. It used to be somebody at the toll to take your money. They don't even have that no more. Like all these jobs are being replaced and being automated. So I think we should care. We should care. It should be something to be concerned about. We should care.
Mona, should we care?
I think we should care, but I think we have to care about ourselves first. And I was listening to a show yesterday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Star. You probably are because he was in New York. He was
Star? Yeah.
It's not for everybody, but you know, he has some really, I like his stance, a lot of things, and playing like the devil's advocate. And one of the topics on the show yesterday was about will there be a black family anymore?
Oh, see.
And it was a woman that was white that said it's not going to be because black women, I'm a black woman, are ruining it, and that is why we can't get it together. And as much as it probably, stung to hear that white woman say that, I can agree with her, not because of just what I see around me and the conversations we have here, but what does the data show, right? And I think that when this boils down, like you were talking about, as, Black Americans, what are we going to do, as a collective to potentially turn this thing around? And is that even an option at this point? It may not happen for people 30 and up, but what can we do for the people that's in the younger generations if that's a potential option to help encourage them, to model them. But that's kind of grim seeing that there's only 30+% of us that are even married to begin with.
Thank you.
And it's dwindling, right? First of all, marriage is dwindling across all races, but even for Black people, it's dwindling even more. And when we look at what statistics say for all of us, if you've been keeping up with the reports, you know, nobody can really afford to be single that's of working class. You need to have a partner, even if you're single with no children, if you want to just survive here, right? You can't hardly get a home. Millennials, I'm a millennial. Millennials aren't buying homes. They're almost, you know, kind of tapped out of that. You know, gone are those days. Like Laurent just said, you're not working at places for 30+ years anymore because we have AI. I was just listening to something earlier today. People are mad. The models are mad at Levi's because they're not getting work because they're using the AI to make digital models.
There you go.
That's a benefit to them. They're cutting down on you being late. They don't got to pay you no more. We can have a diverse, you know, model representation. And if you want to get your own model, you're going to go on their website and pay $100.
Yep.
Okay. So, you know, I think that it's definitely worth the effort, but where we're spending our time at and energy, that may not be worth the effort. And the reality too is that everybody's not going to go. And that's just what it's going to be. So we're going to either have to come together, the ones that want to go together, and those that don't, they will be left behind with whatever is left, if anything.
You know who won't ever be left behind? Those 24-karat people.
Nope.
Because they are conditioned from birth that unity is everything. So if this thing collapsed, they can go anywhere in the world, about maybe 50 of them, and in 10 years, there'll be 70. Another 10 years, there'll be 104. Because wherever they go, they're built a certain way.
What's 24-karat people?
That community, yo. Crown Heights.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. I try not to, get it confused. I'm not talking bad about them. Yeah. Because I wish that we had the know-how that they did, that they do. We just don't got it. We're not united. They don't go through the shit that we're going through with women. They don't go through that. They have a system in place. They're born into a system in place. You can't be mad at that at all. That's just what they do. And I have Jewish friends. I just had a situation 2 weeks ago. I ain't gonna share it, but we have these discussions all the time, and I'm raw with them. And a lot of the things that I tell them, they said, man, I can't say this because I'll get beat up in the street. Yeah, you're right. But I show them. I say, look at this. I told them something so simple. I said, go to YouTube and put in Drew Titan and let me know when you get to my channel. And he picked up his phone and said, oh. Is this your channel? Yeah. Now, how far down did you have to scroll? He said a good while. He said, man, there's like 50 videos of people just shitting on you. Yeah. And guess what? All of them were niggas. They don't have that problem. And if they have a problem, don't you think they keep it in-house?
Yeah.
Right? They keep it in-house. I'm sure there's people that don't get along on a personal note. We don't see it. We don't have a code. So that's why I'm asking, should we care? Yeah. Why? Because we're not united. And that's a problem.
Not even close.
And this is very important. This country likes to say it's built off of Christian principles, yes?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are we doing? Where is it in the Bible that you can have a tranny teaching your kid anything? What scripture is that? Somebody, I know there's a Bible expert somewhere in the chat. Please help me. Where's that in the Bible? This is all relevant to this currency thing, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because these are listen, that little example I gave you with this dude talking about he's a turtle, I was being funny, but there's really people that identify as other things.
Yeah.
I just saw something on television. This is why I don't watch TV. Some woman says she's in love with an effing wall. I'm like, what is the wall? What?
Yo, people got real problems out here, man.
Wait, hold on. A wall. And she's hugging the wall and she's giving some super answer. And I'm like, no, bitch, you need therapy.
And that's the problem. The problem is we keep normalizing people who need help. We keep normalizing. And I spoke about that on my podcast about the shooting. Like, we normalizing that we pumping hormones into teenagers who don't have hormones. So we normalizing that. And after that, we normalizing kids getting puberty blockers. When you're going through puberty, your body's going through so many changes. Let the changes happen naturally. But no, you want to alter it. You want to play God for two reasons. One, you want to have a distraction because the real things going on, like the bricks. And two, you want to have a pharmaceutical company for life. Once you get on puberty blockers at 12, or once your parents allow you to cut your dick off at 14, you have a customer for life. You have to be part of, you have a customer for life. Even with BBLs, you have a customer for life.
Yeah.
You can't alter your body like that. And once we see altering our body, it's part of, like, I guess, affirming your mentality of what you believe. And what you believe is not reality. And that's
Let me show y'all something. This is the type of nonsense that we're dealing with while we're about to get bankrupt. Listen to this.
It's this street in downtown Los Angeles talking to the sluts. It's slut day.
A safe space for women to do what they want, dress how they want to, and I think that's so important. So that's fine.
Are you a slut?
Yes, I am a slut.
What it means to be a slut?
It means you're sexually liberated and you feel sexually liberated and you do what you want without feeling ashamed. It's more about yourself, and if guys don't respect you, that's a guy problem. That's not your problem. You're being a slut, like I said, is being sexually liberated. Amber Rose has made this slut walk. You are sexually liberated.
Okay, right now we're on the corner of Hill and 6th Street in downtown Los Angeles talking to the sluts. It is slut day.
Okay. Before I go any further, your thoughts on that?
it's designed.
Yep.
Now, first of all, that I don't know if y'all know that brother,
Yeah, I know
I do. I know who.
but y'all already know what time it is with him.
Yeah, I know what type of
He's a
time.
living contradiction.
Yeah.
But I knew about that slut walk and Amber Rose, who is, I mean, you want to talk about hitting the wall? She's past the wall. She done ran through this shit at warp speed, Scotty.
Like the Kool-Aid man, she just busted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. And she, like I say with all these women, check with them in 10 years. When that side of the bed is cold, there's no man there, and you can't get in the club for free anymore, and gravity done took a hold of your boobs and dragged them to the goddamn ground, and those guys ain't trying to pick you up, but the guys that are trying to pick you up are dudes that look like your uncle now, and it's like, uh-oh. And you could be fine financially, but you can't hug that pillow full of money. What happens when you get a little sick? It helps having someone around the house. Think back to the show when I say, yo, look, we got to partner up. We got to do something. That 24 karat community, a lot of those marriages are arranged, man. A lot of them are arranged. They don't have those financial problems that we have. They found the way around things. We the ones complaining. They complain about getting beat up in the street and shit. We've been doing that since the dawn of time. You understand? But these are things that how do you work with a group of women? No need to Rachel, what up? How do you work with a group of women that think like that? How are you supposed to balance a checkbook?
It's not designed. it's not designed to work with a group of women like that.
Nope,
Oh,
they're too far gone. That's
Yeah,
why you have to work with the younger girls. You know, I have an 8-year-old daughter. I think when we look at, like, for example, the fastest growing population of females for incarceration are girls between 10 and 17. So that means that as a mother and a father, which hopefully you have a mother and a father, if not in the home, at least the father is heavily involved. You got to get a hold to your children out the womb, right? Because you want to keep them on a stead. Because when they get to 10, you know, and remember too, we are now at the point where your children are also on the same apps that you are as parents.
Yep.
So when you're in my children, I have a set of 11-year-old twins, and I have an 8-year-old daughter. So my children don't have TikTok. Do they get to see some stuff from TikTok on YouTube here and there? Yeah, they do, but they don't do TikTok. They don't even have that download on their phone. So the point is that you have to get a hold to your children at a young age, because when they get to be 10, 11, 12, and that influence of the social media, their peer groups, because more than likely they have probably friends that parents are not monitoring what they are doing. And your children are constantly being exposed to things. Now your child is at risk for taking on, when we talk about those morals and those ethics, right? All of that can be lost and down the drain. And so I don't spend my time talking to women. It's all in my comment section. It's women probably late 20s and up talking about, I'm shaming women. I should be ashamed of myself. Why are you even over here? Because you are a walking person. You are the prime model of the woman I'm talking about. You are hating. She told me that I was a hater, or one person told me I was a hater for telling young women to get themselves settled at a young age. You don't have to take your entire 20s and 30s to figure out who you are and get your mind right and get married to somebody. And this woman who was a miserable hag, if you watching, you a miserable soul, you could have been like that. So you are the very woman that I don't want young girls to listen to, because they have ruined their life. Their bus stop have gone and passed, and you ain't getting no play. You're hating on these young girls and their ability to do better and make different decisions than you are, so they can break that cycle. So we don't need you to. So them not the women I'm talking to. There are some women who do have some sense, but those women are similar to me. They live their life, or they still can make some change, and they are realistic with what's going on around them. Okay, we got women wanting aesthetics online versus the average or the median household income is $44,000, and we about to be in shambles even more so here in America. They're sheep. They need to wake up, and they need to get with what's going on, because it's horrible.
Mon, I'm not sure how old you are, Drew. I know you like my brother's age, probably like late
47.
Like, yeah, so you exactly my brother's age, actually. Yep, born the same year. So I live in Atlanta, and you know, Atlanta's hot girl summer central. And my age group, I'm about to be 40 in a couple of weeks. And my age group, I'm seeing these women, is so depressing to see how sad they are and how they have nothing to go home to, and how they keep complaining about the same thing over and over again. And how, like, I was like, damn, like how you fumble the bag? You in Atlanta? Like, how do you, like, you a black man in Atlanta? Or you, like, I don't know. It's a lot of dudes out here that's on their shit in Atlanta. Houses, you know what I'm saying? Nice cars, whatever. A lot of dudes ain't wait with the games, trying to have multiple women. I mean, you do have those out there too, but how did you fumble the bag out here? And how you distill hot girl summer? Every time you go out, you see packs of girls, like 8 girls. I'm like, how y'all 8 girls in a pack? No wedding bands, nobody's married, nobody's in a relationship. They all doing the same thing in their mid-40s. Going to hookah spots. I'm like, I don't get this. I don't get how you got here.
Ain't that something?
Because they listening to each other, right? They have the degrees. They getting the money, okay? Yeah. They are doing. They use their sign language. You must be, you know.
They're getting that bag.
You must be rainbow. That's why I want
to take a quick pause for the moment. I want to salute our brother Nonito and his wife in the chat right there. Let me just play this. Nonito, you know I got you. This is some of my favorite work. Let me just play this for you real quick. Game over. Game over. I erupted in my house. I said, oh my God. Oh, Vic. Oh, Vic, he don't know what his name is. I had to. Salute, Nonito. Oh man. All right, back to regularly scheduled programming. Damn, that was hard. That was hard, man. Woo! Ooh wee.
But back to what I was saying too. Like you see some women have kids early. Kids are grown. They don't know what to do to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to this one lady because my son just recently moved out, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to cut his credit card off. He don't live with me no more. Like that's not, so he got to figure it out. Then she was like, you want to cut your son's credit card off? I still got my son my credit card. He's 28. I'm like, what? You still paying for your son's credit card at 28?
Son husbands.
Oh, yep. Say it again.
Son husbands.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play something else off my Instagram. Then I got a question for y'all.
Shout out to Instagram.
Yeah. Pete. Look at this, y'all.
Anybody can do drag. Drag is for anybody and everybody who wants to put on a fun costume and get up on stage and entertain people. Everybody should try drag at least once. It's really fun.
Even kids?
Yeah, there's actually quite a few kids that are starting to. Anybody can do drag. Drag is for anybody and everybody who wants to put on a fun costume.
Okay.
Can I go first, please?
Yeah, please. Please.
Go ahead. To bed still. Yo, I said this earlier. What form of entertainment that used to be for adults is now for children? Like, say you go to a casino, you have to be a certain age to get in a casino. Say if you want to go to an NC-17 movie, you got to be 17 or up to go to that movie.
Right.
Back in the days, if you go into a drag show, you had to be 21 and over to go to a drag show 6 years ago when Trump was in office. Now Biden's in office. We have stuff like this. That's insane. That's insane. And it's so crazy. I saw another video of drag, I guess people in drag queens or whatever, transgender, dressing in front of kids. Man.
Now, I'm going to ask again. This country is based off of Christian principles, right? Please show me the scripture where they said that this behavior is A-okay. Go.
Not only that, they got the Department of Health, like the head Department of Health, the Justice of Health under the Biden administration is a transgender woman. How do you have somebody under the Department of Health that's a transgender woman? Go ahead, Mona. I'm sorry.
You're good. No, you keep cooking. I was just going to add to that.
Get some water.
How about the women, right? The so-called such good women with all these degrees and education and money, and they're, the top of the top. These are the women, the same Christian women that support this mess. Okay? They might have been them same women that let their sons go in their room with that individual. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Watch this, y'all. Look at this. Ready for this?
You suck. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not wanted. Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I don't know what to say. I guess you. Fuck 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 you.
That's a lot of F-bombs, but just watch the video. First of all, that dude had a Barry White voice. Fuck you.
I thought it was
fuck you. Now watch the video. All of those are trannies right there, by the way. He's filming, and they're invading his personal space. He's just filming, exercising his constitutional right, and this dude is in his... and they start kicking his ass. The police is right there. And you know what? Nothing happened. They didn't arrest that dude right there. They didn't arrest that dude. And all he's saying is, keep this away from my kids. He's out there by himself, standing in the pocket, as he should. And this dude right there that looks like my gym teacher from 6th grade, but she was a woman. All right. Shorty's sitting there looking like Greg the Hammer Valentine. Remember that dude? You understand? Look what Nonito said. Look what Nonito said. Look. Look at that. Read that. Read that. You see that?
I remember that episode.
Yeah, you know, this is ridiculous. But, speaking of butt, oh, you're gonna love this. Brothers, y'all gotta do better.
My relationship status, man. These my queens. These my beautiful girls right here, man. These are the girls that hold me down. They take care of me. They do everything for me, man. They eat my butt. All of them. They eat my butt. Back to back. Sometimes together, sometimes they take turns. They the ones who make me feel like the king that I am. You understand what I'm saying? Without them, I wouldn't be.
I saw that mess. I saw that mess yesterday. I said, wait a minute now. Are they
They eat my butt back to back.
right there? Hey, yo.
This should be in the trash.
What?
Listen to this right here.
The crazy part about it, when you watch that video, go ahead, keep going. I know you got.
Now I'm really mad. Blow it all up.
Damn! You're done.
What?
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch!
I'm unloading the magazine on this motherfucker. What is going on? Did he just
face.
Was that real?
Mm-hmm.
That was real, or was he just clowning?
Honestly, I don't know anymore.
Right.
Everything is for clout, Drew. Everything is for clout. Everything's about making content and making yourself irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
That started
Did
back.
he just say that those women line up to eat his butt?
Like I said, everything is for content, Drew. When the baby came out, this dude literally used to wear a diaper on the
Wait a
rap.
minute, that's what that was?
No, that wasn't the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the game has become, is evolving to be more clout. Like, the more clout, the more outrageous you are, the more you're being seen, the more, you know what I'm saying? That's like being on the radio now. Having
Can I
that
ask you a
clout.
question? Do you think China saw that shit and said we respect it?
No.
What about India?
No.
Russia?
No.
Do you see Chinese, Russians, Indians doing shit like that?
Oh, that shit's in-house. You don't see it.
Oh yeah, and guess
Right.
what? If they do it, guess where they do it at? Here, on these shores.
Mm-hmm.
America's about to be one giant Alcatraz. Are you kidding me? I said this. Now watch this. He is disgusting. But did you see those women sitting behind him in silence?
Yeah.
Embarrassed.
Will that be your daughter, your niece, your moms, your aunts? All of those women, are they going to be around 30 years from now eating his ass or wiping his ass? How, all those women are sitting there. How do you meet Shorty in a lounge? It's how I used to date MC Bubblicious Fish Eyes. Wait a minute, you were sitting there while you eat his ass? You lined up to eat his ass? Check, please.
Yeah.
Now, I'm bringing all of this up to say this. How are we even respected in the world? This is how the world looks at us. We're not respected. We're a laughingstock.
Yep.
You got dudes in drag. You got motherfuckers walking around talking about the earth is flat. These are juvenile and ridiculous arguments. And we're supposed to sit at the table and talk about currency when we're in debt trillions of dollars? So if I can't talk to no cracker because there's some cracker in a trailer park somewhere in America that thinks that I'm beneath them just because I'm black, can I at least talk to my people for 2 seconds? And can I tell y'all that this motherfucker's about to fall from underneath our feet? And we need to prepare. Remember the live I did when I said, yo, look, we need to pair up and we got to hold each other down. If it has to be 6 of us in a property, we need to do that. You need to stop worrying about where he's putting his penis. Brothers, you need to, look, if you knew she was a thought, fuck it. It has nothing to do with her paying the goddamn bills on time. We got to make a move.
Got a woman that want to pay bills with you, because you know a lot of times,
yeah,
you got to take care of everything.
Yeah, and if she's for the streets, leave her there.
Yeah.
Trouble, man. You got to get up getting down, man. You got to get, that's a little before your time. You got to get up getting down. You understand? Pair up. We got to do something. Ladies outnumber us 8-1, fellas. And only 10% of us are fucked up in the game. Stormy, salute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the woman that had a threesome with her boyfriend and his mother, his biological mother. There's so much disarray, y'all. That's the word. And the world is looking at us saying, look at these fools. It was a 40, 50-year plan. And here we are. Yeah. Their money means nothing. Listen, these black women, again, here we go, y'all. Y'all ready for this? Passport bros actually are up one. You know why? They have now traveled outside the country. And not all of them are finding women, but what they are seeing is a better way of life. And some of them are not coming back. They are legitimately relocating. So when the bottom fall out of this bitch, they're gonna be like, well, I was in the Philippines or Thailand or Germany, or I wasn't there. And I've gotten acclimated over here. So what's going on is not really affecting me. Yeah. I just wish my people understood. Now watch this. If we had a strong household, like we did prior to 1965, if we had a strong household and we had a strong family structure, we'd have voted for our best interest. And maybe the country would have been a little stronger. Does all of this make sense what I'm saying? If we took care of home first, we wouldn't be as bad. Right now, it's so bad that our currency is messed up and people are not even listening to the military. What is our country without our military?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing. We're a joke.
Yeah.
It's our most funded department.
And, I'm about to leave you. I want to just leave with this. You're saying like the bottom's about to fall out, right? If you think about the races and the groups of people in America, we are at the bottom. The black community is at the bottom. So if the bottom fall out, we slipping through first. It's not even like, can we grab onto the wall? No, we just go bloop. We're going to fall off because everybody's above us. The LGBTQs in front of us. The Latinos in front of us. The Indians. Anything you could think of. Any group of people is above black people anywhere in this country.
That's why I asked, should we even care about this bitch falling out? We need to pair up, get our shit together. And for those that are on the same program, we might have to leave.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Everyone's not going to go. It's just like with anything else, right? When you have to go and take care of your business, you're going to have to go. And the people, you're not going to talk. I'm not talking to nobody till I'm blue in the face. That's done with.
I'm done with that.
Yeah,
I'm done with that.
Yeah, me and my girl already talked about leaving the country already.
If we were on the core values of Christianity, those videos I just played wouldn't even be permitted here. And I'm not talking about deleting anybody or ag bashing anybody. What we're saying is you can live like that all you want. Land of the free, home of the brave. But you cross the line when you're trying to teach that to my kids. Go in your house where you belong, that you paid for, that you have the right to do whatever you want in that house. But do it there. Because just like you have a right to do what you want, to have a right not to deal with it.
Yep.
Stay out of my face. But you see the domino effect. You give them a foot, they take a mile. And now they're literally pumping man, if your kid, did you see the video of the kid, the grandfather that went to the school and said, yo, why'd you put my grandson in the dress? They don't reproduce, they recruit. Hey, Tommy, are you okay today? Yeah, I'm not feeling too well. Do you feel like a girl, Tommy? Whole time the face is like this. You feel like a girl today, Tommy? I saw you looking at the dolls. You want to play with the dolls? I have a dress. Do you want to play with the dress, Tommy? And Tommy's 5. Okay. Tommy felt like a girl. And now when you're the parent or grandparent or guardian and stepping in and saying, hey, man, Tommy live in my house. Until he's 21, he's going to do what I tell him to do.
Yep.
The government, they're going to try and push a law where they're going to say, we're going to put you in jail and take your kid and give him all the drugs he wants.
That's already
you can't tell him how to feel.
That's already in Canada.
Yeah, it's in Canada.
A man went to jail because he didn't want his daughter to go to getting hormones in her body, and she said she felt like this at 14. They locked that man up for 5 years.
See what I'm saying? And we're not far off from that. We're not far off from that. You see that?
I think Vermont is close to that. I don't know if you heard about the school. It was girls basketball, and they refused to play against the team because they had transgenders on the other team. They suspended the whole school from sports because that one team said, I'm not playing that team. The whole school can't play in the state of Vermont no more. So the men's basketball can't play, wrestling, football, archery, whatever sport is in that school cannot participate. No more sports.
Let me explain something to you. You know,
biggest girls.
Women wrestle too. High school and collegiate.
Yeah.
If my baby girl is wrestling and I look across that mat and I see some dude my size with pigtails, I'm like, wait a minute. Is that a girl? And if they tell me like, yeah, you know, but he's going through the change. Listen, how about this? I'm gonna go suit up. I still remember how to wrestle. I'm gonna go suit up and I'm fighting in place of my daughter. How about that? Because today I'm gonna identify as such, just for the day, for about 5 minutes, because that's all it's gonna take me to drop that son of a bitch on his head. Who sanctioned this nonsense? There's an MMA fighter, went through the transition, born a male. He fractured a woman's skull. Who sanctioned that? Franchon Cruz Dezern. All we said was, Mauricio, was this bitch Alejandro Jimenez tested? Oh, you bully her because she gay. She has a child. I know her since she was 12. I said, no. Fuck all of that. She looks like Jaime Munguia, another boxer, a man. He told her, shut up with being bullies. Guess what happened? Not only did she pop dirty, but she was on hormones, which means she was turning into a man, which means Franchon Cruz Dezern was in the ring with a goddamn man. And he took his sweet ass time giving the goddamn belts back to her. There was some racial shit behind that too. You understand?
Drew, I gotta jump, Drew. You know how you be on forever. I'll be like, Drew, be on.
Yeah, no doubt, brother.
I was like, damn, just ended the stream.
Yo, man, thank you for sliding through, man. Thank you for sliding through, man.
Yeah, I'll change my background back to blue. All right, good night, y'all.
No, good night. I'm on it because this is the dark side for my Star Wars nerds. Because I'm on the dark side. But you know what? Depending on what your beliefs are, you know, they don't think they're wrong. So am I wrong for asking black people, yo, do you really give a shit about what's going on? Christian? Is this country really based off of core Christian beliefs? I'm asking the question. And the reason why I'm bringing up our core beliefs and our ethics or lack thereof, our morals or lack thereof, we're in here, all this in-house fighting, and especially in the black community, all this in-house fighting we're doing, they're creating a new currency. And they're legitimately about to bankrupt our ass. And I'm asking black people, Do you care? And if you don't care, what you gonna do? The option is simple. Leave. Get the schmuck out. Leave. Because this is disastrous. I've been saying we need to bury the hatchet and fix this stuff, but it's so hard to talk. Listen, yeah, and I ain't talking bad about her. Y'all saw the show. Y'all saw Femi on here. That's difficulty right there. Shorty said she was with a man that was a perfect man, and his ex spit in his face, and she broke up with him. And I said, why would you break? What happened? Wait, what did you want him to do? And her response was, for a woman to spit in a man's face, that is the most degrading and most dismal thing you can ever do, which means he had to have done something to warrant that. Yeah, he broke up with her, and you had him. And because she did that, you broke up with him? It didn't make sense. So when people ask me, how did I have her on that long and listen to that? Listen, you know what's sad? I'm used to dealing with that. I grew up with that thought process. It was nothing to me. And I knew how to judo it. But y'all needed to see that. And I'm gonna have her back because I still got more questions. But y'all needed to see that. Because a lot of people of other ethnicities, if I told you about her, y'all would say that I'm making it up and a woman like that doesn't exist. And I'm telling you, she does in abundance. If you look at every problem in the Black community, that's what we're dealing with. And it has nothing to do with her size. A man will go down in looks to go up in cooperation. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I've dated some bad chicks, man. I've dated some 11s. But a lot of them got on my goddamn nerves. And I'm like, fuck out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is all relevant. Our problems in the community, and I'm talking about the Black community, we need to stop. Because this shit, I'm telling y'all, they're dumping the American dollar, this shit got real. This shit got real. I know one community that's not going to have to deal with this. That's the 24 karat community. They have it together. Don't hate on them. They get bills passed for them. Agents came through. After COVID, they was beating up Asians saying that, yo, man, they all these Chinese people brought over the Kung flu. They was calling COVID the Kung flu. I said, well, damn, y'all. And they got a bill immediately. We still getting shot by police. Where's our bill? So all of this stuff in this country collapse. Are we going to fight for a country and say, oh, man, I helped build it? Yeah. And we got no respect. For over 100 years, we got no respect. So guess what? We helped build it. Guess what? Now y'all live in it. While it's owned by China. You're welcome. Are we ready to move to Uganda? We ain't got to worry about weirdos teaching our kids, trying to recruit our kids. Nigeria, the Ivory Coast. Are we ready to go back to Africa for real? Huh? Ladies, are y'all ready? Black women, y'all ready to go to Africa and fix your damn attitude? Because what you get away with over here, try it over there.
But they want to divest though.
Yup. Yeah, exactly. Divest. Oh. I said it in the chat earlier. Shorty was like, show me a man a passport bro that went and found the wife. They're everywhere. Not everyone. Look, that passport bro thing. There's a lot of guys that claim to be passport bros, but they were fronting. That's a whole other different thing. I'm not talking about that. There are men that went and found wives, but I did tell Shorty. I said, "All right, how about this? I'll show you a man that went out this country and found the wife after you show me a Black woman that successfully divested. Successfully." Because if no Black man's gonna put up with your attitude and you talking all crazy and looking even crazier, please find me the white man that makes 6 figures and is above 6 feet that's gonna put up with your bullshit and your hair hat all lopsided looking crazy and the rakes on your eyes. Find me the white man. Go ahead. Find me the white man. Go ahead. Point to him. I'm sure there's someone out there that likes shorties with tattoos on their neck and all kinds of crazy shit. can't speak a sentence without a curse, go ahead. And all I'm on here saying is, dumping the American dollar, it just got real. Turn off the goddamn TikTok. Turn off that god-awful rap music, whatever you listen to, that nigga nonsense. Turn it off. Read what's going on. Recognize what's happening politically. Arm yourself with knowledge. You're going to have to partner up with your people and be ready. Because this article's out, I don't know, maybe next year we were like, yo, guess what? No more American dollar. We were like, what? What are we going to do? Stay tuned. What? This ain't New York no more? What is it? This is just called America East. From Vermont down to Florida. It's just one big thing now. Huh? What happened? Oh, well, China owns it. And laws are changing. And you ain't gonna like it. You might have to move to Uganda for real. And I'm saying police brutality and trying to show my kids how to masturbate in first grade. Yeah, that chick, what's her name? Tiara Mack. You know about that? She was twerking on her head for votes in the thumb.
Oh yeah, her. Yeah, I remember her.
Vote for Tiara Mack. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she's a part of that Alphabet Plus community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I'm like, what is happening? I don't want to deal with that. You just saw this white man saying, yo, keep this away from my kids. And he got jumped by a bunch of dudes with wigs and makeup on with deep voices. What did I just watch? What the hell? What the hell? Christian morals? This is a country based off of Christian morals? No. You know what's happening? Chickens are coming home to roost. That's what's happening. Now you can stay here and deal with it, or make a plan to leave. Make a plan to leave. So I ain't gonna hold y'all. Mona, in closing, what you got on that?
Well, I think this was a phenomenal topic. I will say that, yes, I talked about on my channel this very topic about women needing to, really think about what they want for their future as far as a young woman, and that your degrees, your money, your status, all of that is irrelevant to men when it comes to building a future with someone. And regardless of how much money you make or you don't make, you need men. We like to say we don't need men, but a man is always involved, like Kevin always talked about. And so unless you want to live if you can live on an all-female compound with you and your children, your sister girls and your sisterhood, yeah, but we're going to see how long that's going to last, especially when you have states like Florida who no longer require background checks and fingerprinting and things like that to carry. And so you're going to be prey. And so to ensure that you can make it to your final days, it will be in your best interest to get your ass off your shoulders and your nose out the air and stop with the social media, stop being such a consumer, and really buckle down, get into some therapy or get an intervention and really deal with reality if you want to make it to the end of this earth sensibly, and build with the man and get on his program, because you can get on anybody else's program, but when it comes to the end of your days, who's going to be there with you? Because I work with people who they have no children, they didn't prioritize relationships, and they got to deal with strangers wiping their ass. And I see it real time. They don't have anybody to check on them. They don't have any children, or the children don't care enough because they probably had a horrible upbringing, so they washed their hands with their parents. And so, if you want to do better, I know there's some women that they could care less, so we ain't talking about them. But as far as women that want to do better, especially younger women, You know, don't be like your aunties, your grandmas, your mama, and your friends and your sister circle, and get your mind right, and you'll be okay. Okay.
One more time for the one time. Look at this.
Fathers are often driven away so that mother and children can eat.
85% of the head of household is a woman, because most of the men who should be in the household, they cannot make a decent living. And of course, it is better to know that a child will be fed 12 months out of the year than 3 months, which is during the summer when construction work, you can make a decent living.
The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by mothers. But the effect of the man in the house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance. And thus, the welfare system in its operation turns out to be a system to make life harder for children.
The welfare system helps the disintegration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away, in that sense undoing the very stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents the children, of course, need. And what I have seen, I'm afraid to say, all over the country is that the legal system works against the best kind of home for these children. We don't encourage parents to be at home with the children. We don't encourage mothers to feel that they can find their destiny as mothers. We take away, in many of the most vulnerable homes, fathers from those homes. We herd foster children together in institutions rather than trying to find decent homes for them. We don't tap the resources we have in communities and with respect to older people so that they can help out vulnerable homes. We don't sanction and encourage and support in every way, morally, psychologically, and financially, the dignity and integrity of the home. And in the worst of it is that the homes that are most vulnerable are the homes that are least supported by the policies of local, state, and federal governments. And no wonder then, out of these more vulnerable neighborhoods, we get an endless cycle of troubled, delinquent, wayward youth who grow up even more and become the lawbreakers of our society now.
You on mute.
Thank you. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. This is deep rooted. So I showed y'all that to say this. Do we care? Yes. I gave y'all a definition of what hip hop really means. Hip is short from a term. I'm hip to that game plan. I see what you're doing, but I know what you're doing. So I'm gonna move accordingly. Movement, hop. Hop is a movement. Hip hop. When it came out, we was telling the world what we was going through. What you just saw, we was talking about it. The message, Grandmaster Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5. I know Melly Mel personally. He's been on the show on my other channel. That's what it meant. We was talking about it. We was hip to the game plan, but we was moving in a better direction, so we thought. And once big corporations saw a financial gain in what we did, they got a hold of it and fucked it all up. And we allowed it. So now that we know the play, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna move? We're hip to it. I talk about it. She talks about it. LeRon talks about it. We all talk about it. Are we just talking? Or are we gonna hop? Are we gonna move? Do y'all understand what move is on my channel? Move. Huh? For those of you that don't know, when I do this, move! What do you think I'm screaming? Why do you think I'm screaming that? I don't do anything for no reason. But I ain't gonna belabor the point, man. Mona, It's been real. Thank you so much. We're definitely gonna have you back, sis.
Thank you
Y'all
for
make sure
having
y'all go
me.
subscribe to her channel. Put your link in the chat, please. Someone put her link in the chat. If you a content creator, please put your link in the chat. We family now. I want everybody to grow because we're gonna need each other. I'm being dead serious. This is some serious stuff I'm talking about here. We are going to need each other. This is called social media. I got on here to be social. And I didn't get on here to make enemies. But the fact that I have a lot of people that hate me, it tells you all you need to know about our community. I'm hated by Pookies. And Pookishas can't stand me. So if you like it, I love it. I'm friend, but if you don't deal with me, I don't have to be your foe. I just won't deal with you. You dig? 30 for 30 still in effect. For those of you that don't know, 30 push-ups for 30 days. 30 squats for 30 days. Eat right, sleep right, get right. My children's friends see me in the street. Oh my God, I saw you doing jumping rope and doing push-ups. Yeah, I'm setting an example because what I do here is on forever. I can back up everything that I say. So salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App. You know, thank you for subbing. If you're a content creator and you're not monetized, you know, we can all help each other do that. There's money out here. Let's get it. They're trying to shadow ban us. We have to move in the proper direction. So I'll be back here Friday. Mona, once again, thank you. And salute to you. And I'll be back in the morning talking boxing. Yeah, everything's suave. And I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.